The deceptive nature of the UFO phenomenon. What I'm about to say will certainly infuriate all die-hard UFO believers and researchers, but I must say it. Here I define die-hard UFO believers as largely those who are convinced beyond a shadow of doubt that we have been or are being visited by physical extraterrestrials in their physical spacecraft. The harsh truth is that so far there's no physical, tangible, as well as irrefutable documentary evidence whatsoever that we have ever been visited by physical extraterrestrial biological entities in their physical extraterrestrial spacecraft of any kind. There are no credible extraterrestrial physical artifacts so far. Absolutely none. Like it or not, this is the bottom line so far. Therefore, to me, all UFO crash stories are highly dubious. All underground alien bases stories are likewise highly dubious. All UFO abduction stories should be re-examined with newer psychological and, more importantly, spiritual approach. That they are actual physical experiences are highly dubious. They are all part of deceptive, non-physical phenomena. Now, having said all this, however, I am a firm believer in the reality of the UFO phenomenon. But reality is the most difficult concept to explain. I'm skeptical, however, of the assertion that we are being visited by physical ETs with their physical spacecraft. I know what I'm talking about since I have been in this field and study almost continually since 1961 when I was a high school student. That's more than 60 years of in-depth learning about this subject. I could have written several books by now for some kind of recognition, but writing books has never been my thing. Instead, in the past 20 years or so, I decided to write short articles on the topic on various internet sites. I have also made countless number of very short YouTube videos on my own amateurish ways, mainly because the attention span of most people is getting shorter and shorter nowadays. Here are my views on the nature of the phenomenon. I support the view that this is a paraphysical intrusion into our physical dimension by some deceptive extra-dimensional trickster intelligence masquerading as physical extraterrestrial visitors from highly advanced civilizations, most likely for some nefarious near-future agendas. But first, my belief is that in this humongous universe, there are infinite number of sentient paraphysical entities who were created by a creator eons ago. As a born-again Christian, I call them angelic entities. Now here are some of the salient abilities of angelic entities, both the benevolent ones and the malevolent ones. All these entities, both the benevolent and malevolent ones, have the ability to instantaneously materialize themselves at will and likewise dematerialize themselves within our physical dimension. But they cannot survive in our physical dimension except for a short period of time each time. That is to say, only for a few seconds or a few minutes at a time. And this is the most common duration. Only rarely can they last for an hour or more each time. And they have the ability to pass through physical structures such as walls, and also have the ability to go through and come out of the body of water without any splashing effect. The same goes for their paraphysical spacecraft. Being paraphysical angelic entities, the benevolent ones can materialize themselves at will and appear before humans and can interact with humans, although for a very short period of time, as I stated. But the materialization of the benevolent ones seem to occur only seldom, to say the least. And here's a reference from Hebrews 13:12. A biblical verse that encourages showing hospitality to strangers, stating that by doing so, some have unknowingly entertained angels. Different translations of this verse can be found, but the core message emphasizes the importance of being welcoming and hospitable to others, as it has been a practice of some who have received angelic visitors without realizing it. The verse is an instruction to the early Christian community on proper conduct and fellowship. However, in modern times, such visitations do not seem to occur that frequently, at least when it comes to testimonies of reported eyewitnesses. This does not mean that it doesn't happen. Now, regardless, the benevolent ones are the ones that are protecting us from all kinds of danger and perilous situations in our personal lives. They are sometimes referred to as guardian angels. In contrast, it is the malevolent ones that seem to frequently materialize in front of humans, whom they seem to pre-select in advance, and what's more, present themselves deceivingly as having arrived from highly advanced physical civilizations from outer space in their physical spacecraft. Like I stated, this type of interaction only lasts for a few seconds or a few minutes at most, every time. Only rarely can they last for an hour or more each time. Now, I believe we are in the midst of a spiritual battle right now. UFOs and UFO hoaxes are simply a part and parcel of the entire much wider UFO deception, or better yet, the grand cosmic deception that has been going on for many, many years, even from time immemorial. In the modern era, it seems to have started after the end of World War II in 1945. Then from 1947 on, a conditioning system to acculturate and sensitize the population to eventually accept the deceptive alien presence for upcoming nefarious agendas. The real origin started years ago when a cosmic revolt was conspired and effectuated by Lucifer, who took with him a third of the entire cosmic angelic entities who became fallen angels under the Lucifer, who became Satan. Ever since the revolt of Lucifer, there has been a cosmic spiritual warfare between the benevolent ones and the malevolent ones. And this cosmic warfare is still going on. Similar warfare, but mainly for the control of our souls, is also being waged within each of us. But there will come a time when God the Creator will finally put a stop to all this warfare and will punish Satan and his fallen angelic entities and cast them all, this time, to the eternal burning lake of fire. It will only be then that a perfect balance and harmony will be restored throughout the universe. God the Creator will then assign His Son to oversee the entire universe throughout eternity. And you can read the rest of this article in the link provided in the comment section of this video. This is Norio Hayakawa in Albuquerque, New Mexico.